How's it going, everyone? How's it going, everyone? There we go. That's what I was meaning to say. It's been a couple of days, folks. We had a bunch of folks here for Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you had a happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. Ate so much food. I took an old man nap in the middle of it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was glorious. Had a whole thing of pumpkin pie to myself. Almost ate the whole damn thing. Wife cooked a lot of turkey. Triple B, what's going on, boss? She did amazing. Like everything was good. Uh, so it's gonna be kind of a short, kind of chill stream tonight. Uh, we're gonna talk about some stuff we did for Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna talk about a bunch of stuff that I read, and we'll end the show with me doing the book from the list. What's up, Ed? And what's up, Nope? Before I bring folks on, a couple of Kickstarters I want to share out. First of all, before I forget, I want to. Whoop, that's not right. Let me try that again. Before I forget, if you have not subbed up to Tracy Medina's YouTube, please do so. We're still trying to get her to 50 subs so we can watch her do stuff live on YouTube. I mean, it's cool watching her on Instagram and stuff, but really want to get her live on YouTube. So make sure you check that out. I also have something. I'll be having an unboxing later this week. I got a belated birthday present from Tracy, so really excited to show y'all what she sent me. Let's see. Also, depending on what channel you're watching from, if you have not subbed up to Weird Opes yet, please do so. I sometimes forget where I put everything, folks. It'll take me a second. All right. So we got some Kickstarters going on. One of them, our buddy Chuck Pinot is a part of. Everybody loves Chuck, that beautiful Canadian bastard. So make sure you check that one out. I think it's got 13 days left. Artwork looks cool. Story about orcs and stuff. And I mean, it's Chuck. Chuck's a part of it. It's bound to be a good time. Then we have from our buddy Dirk Manning, Tales of Mr. Ree, number 6, or volume 6, Blood for Blood. It's got that one going on right now. We have like the leather bound. Let me grab it real fast. We got like the leather bound omnibus. Super dope. Plus, Dirk's a great dude. Love his writing. Got a bunch of his stuff. He also does the Butts and Seats Tony Schiavone story and Arn Anderson, My Life as the Enforcer. To what graphic novels done in like a autobiography style, kind of like that. So those are super fun reads. And the last one I'm gonna pop up here is from our friends at Bad Bug Media. They have The Final Girl Next Door, number 3 going on. It's about basically a final girl. All her friends have been killed, and the monsters come to track her down. I won't be getting on this one just because I backed too much stuff the past couple weeks, so I'm gonna miss out on this one. But I'll be sure to jump on the next campaign. Uh, so yeah. All that being said, and Ed, let me add your name to the wheel here. And you know what? What the hell? I'm gonna add Nopes again too. Let's bring on half of the Weird Opes and ask him the burning question. Pumpkin pie?
Oh, definitely pumpkin pie.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. So, man, how was your Thanksgiving? I know you had like 6 of them.
No, it was good. Yeah, we wound up going over to an aunt's and had the full spread. Aside from mashed potatoes, no mashed potatoes, only sweet potatoes. But they were delicious.
Oh,
Those sweet potatoes were spot on. But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, she
how was
made
yours?
she made yams for the first time.
Mm.
She was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, put the can in the dish, cover them with marshmallows. They were delicious. And then while she was gone, I made a whole, I think it was like 5 pound bag of potatoes, put in a big ass pot, and we made mashed potatoes. Got to have mashed potatoes. Had to.
Oh, definitely. Hadn't been any of the other ones, but just that one. It was like threw me off last year too, but forgot about it. To tell you the truth, till it happened again, and I went, "That's right, deja vu."
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, we had kind of a full house. Sister-in-law came down because brother-in-law was traveling for work. I sure did. I just kept Derek. I just kept saying yams the whole day. Just like I was just like yams. Let me get some yams. I just the whole day, and I don't know why. But yeah, we had sister-in-law drove down from Dallas with the nephew who's 9 and the niece who's 8 months, I believe. So had a good time with them. We had some friends come over. Uh, Jenna cooked a lot of food, like a lot. Like it was like a 20-pound turkey, big old ham, and she was like, none of us took pictures. We didn't take pictures of anything. I was like, because we were too busy eating. Take a box of Insta Flakes with you
good
next
idea.
time.
Like I just need some boiled water,
Yeah,
please.
yeah. So I mean, it was a good time. There was some. They were like these bunt cakes, but they were like honey bun bunt cakes.
Hmm.
Where I had after I had my 2 plates of food, I had one of those, and I'm sitting on the couch, and like it's like old man nap activated. I started,
Food coma.
yeah, leaning back, mouth open. Jenna's like, "Go take a nap. Don't do this in the living room with all these people here." I said, "Okay." I went and took a nap, came back, and noticed they had started one of my favorite trilogies, Back to the Future. I woke up. I was up for maybe a minute and a half, and I heard one of the lines, and next thing I know, I'm yelling it from the back. And Jenna was like, "Just come out here. If you're gonna play the whole movie from back there, just come out here." So we ended up watching all three. No,
Come
thank you,
on.
Derek. Whew. Yeah, but we stayed up like we all made it to almost the end of the Back to the Future 3, and then everybody was getting tired, ready for bed. So we came back here, and Jenna was like, "We got to finish watching it. We
Right.
only had like 25 minutes left. You got to finish watching it." I said, "Okay." So we finished it. But man, like that's one of my Thanksgiving things during the month of November. I got to watch that trilogy at least one time. There's that trilogy, and then pretty soon should be our Lord of the Rings trilogy rewatch.
Like that's usually a December thing for you guys. Yeah, because that's
Yeah,
about the time they came out every year, wasn't it?
I think so. Not 100% sure. I know that it's just usually around December, and if not, she just picks a random time. But if we don't watch it by at least you know December, we're watching it first week of January. So we got to watch it at least once a year.
Yeah. We don't rewatch many.
Oh man, tell you, I was telling my nephew. I said I own this trilogy, the Back to the Future, but when we used to have TV because we have all streaming stuff now, I was like, it doesn't matter if I start in the first movie on TV, I'll watch it. It's just one of those movies that if it's on anywhere, I'm gonna watch it, and especially when they got smart, started playing all three of them, like all back to back.
Right.
I was like, well, there goes 6 hours of my day.
And there goes the day.
Yeah, Triple B should. Lord of the Rings, man. Ed
So,
watched King Kong 33 the day. It's a day after Thanksgiving tradition. Well, that's cool. Well, uh, have you watched anything recently? You excited for
mm,
anything coming up? Because I was going to say at the top of the show, it's not going to be a long show
right.
because we got to get to Stranger Things
Yeah.
before either one of us gets spoiled.
Dairy. Dairy's
Oh,
been the thing here, but we're, like I said, episode behind, so we still got to catch up on that. But we'll probably just watch two on Sunday. Like watch the first one at like 7 o'clock or something. So then
yeah.
by the time 8 o'clock hits, we're just getting done watching that one or something.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, when we're done with the show tonight, we're going to watch the first 4 episodes that dropped. And then I was like, man, by the time we're done with that, it's technically going to be Sunday. I said, and then we'll have the new episode of Dairy to watch.
Yeah.
That's like to me, that's a killer pairing. And I think, Ed, I know you haven't started Stranger Things yet, dude, but I don't know. It's one of those I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I feel like that'd be a thing that Ed would be into.
I
Like
think
there's,
so. He's either gonna love it or he's gonna hate it
yeah,
because it's basically an ode to all the movies that he loved growing up, but at the same time, I can see him being against that because it's trying to be those kinds of things.
very
But
true. Very true. But we've, I know you did Triple B. I know you did. I know you were excited. You were just excited as we were for it. But it's just, I got done working Wednesday and then we had to be up early in the morning to start cooking. So then we had, like I said, we had family here. They didn't leave till this afternoon. So Jenna said, when your show's done tonight, we're gonna watch them. She goes, because I almost got spoiled. And I hate that social media does that. I hate that there are people out there that
mm-hmm,
these episodes just dropped. Cool that you got to watch them, but there are people spoiling stuff first day.
because they want to be the first ones out there with it all.
Exactly. And people that put out YouTube videos that have no thumbnails, that don't have any kind of context, and next thing you know, you're watching something, you're like, man, I don't remember this being in this episode. Oh, that's because I hadn't seen this yet. I wish there was a way to be like, you know, some kind of search. Hey, what's up, Corey?
Hey, Corey.
Some kind of search option or some kind of option in YouTube, like certain keywords don't show up for you. I
Right.
think they
Where
have
you
something like
can,
that, but I've never looked into it really.
like an anti-spoiler tab, just click on
Yes.
it. Have you
Like
seen this movie yet? No. Okay,
yeah,
we will shield you from any spoilers.
like
Thank you.
if you're somebody who spoilers doesn't bother you, that's awesome.
Yeah.
As long as you're not one of those people that also feel the need to spoil things for other people.
Well, some people just feel the need to want to talk about the thing that is the big part of the movie, like say The Sixth Sense.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for anybody who hasn't seen it, but Bruce Willis is dead.
Yeah.
He's a ghost. But that was told to me before it was even out for a week because it was like right around the family Thanksgiving or Christmas or something, to where it was a big get together and Uncle just blurts it out. And I'm like, and then my dad's like, buddy, we haven't seen that. And he's like, oh
Oh no.
no. So like things like that can really ruin someone's perspective watching a movie from the get-go.
Yeah. Because in
Obviously.
my opinion, that's like M. Night Shyamalan's best movie.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you got spoiled on his best movie, dude. That
Right.
sucks.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
Oh, big time. But luckily, it hasn't happened to that extent. except for someone that I worked with spoiled some Harry Potter something because I hadn't read the books, and that movie hadn't even been made yet. They go, oh, you didn't know that? It's like, no, man. Cool, thanks.
So that's why when I watch something, the first thing I say is, "Have you seen it?" Signs is good. Look, I like
Science is
Signs.
good
Signs is really good, but I don't know,
Mhm,
man. The Sixth Sense, when you don't know what's gonna happen,
for sure. But
and
you'll still get scared and creeped out during that movie for sure. It's
oh
just
yeah,
that's a big part of it. Like, it's the whole
and
movie.
you know, I I, I give Shyamalan a lot of crap, but I do like his stuff. But it's still very hit or miss with me.
Mhm.
Like we enjoyed Trap, the one he
Oh yeah,
did with Josh Hartnett, that Josh Hartnett movie where they're trying to catch a serial killer at a
I haven't
concert.
seen that
Oh man, that was pretty good.
one.
That
Okay,
one's pretty good.
I have to check
Uh,
that one out. I hadn't heard of that one.
yeah, that one's good. I
Split
really
was
liked.
Split was really good, but then they came out with Glass, and that one was not a good follow up.
No,
You
but I
know,
liked Unbreakable.
Unbreakable wasn't bad.
Yeah.
You know, because it didn't make sense at the time, and it got a whole lot of hate because they were saying it's trying to be a superhero movie, but obviously it wasn't. But like Split came out, kind of validated everything that a lot of people said about Unbreakable, that it was good, and then
Hmm.
Glass came out and just kind of swatted everything right back down.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Well, good job, Corey, because I didn't until the end. Hell, I didn't even know that that was Donnie Wahlberg for most of the movie until they went back and
I was
replayed
with
the
that
scene.
too.
I was like, "Oh shit, there's Donnie Wahlberg."
Hmm. Well, and then he plays Duddits on in Dreamcatcher.
Yes,
That's a great movie.
the village isn't bad. Like the movies aren't terrible, but they're just like there's certain ones that he does that just they really hit. No, Ed, sorry, not an earworm for me. Not when I have
Shalama.
weirdo stuff
Do
in my head.
do 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 do. Shalama now. Do 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 do.
So anyway, folks, I got everybody's name on the list, and as always, again, not going to be a long show, but just in case you're not here, you give me a number, and if your name pops up, I'll shuffle the list. The list is getting smaller. It's getting smaller. I'm going to wait till the last after we do the very last one, and then I'll fill it with everything else that I've been meaning to read. And there's a ton, so we're not going to run out of anything. And if anybody wants to read the stuff that I'm reading or they already read it, by all means, leave me the comments. And as always, everyone here is invited to come on. If you ever just want to come on and hang out with us, talk about some stuff. Oh, not the Tom's Diner, man. He got gentle with that the other night. Yeah, whatever. So I'm gonna talk about a couple of things that I read because I read a bunch. I had a little bit of free time, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna read some stuff I've been wanting to read. And I talked about this one last week. Really excited to read Capes. It's in the world of Invincible. I didn't know that this series is a reprint that they've done before. So I read the first one and I was like, man, this is really good. It's about basically a corporation of superheroes. They punch in, they punch out. They have a night crew that deals with stuff. They have a day crew that deals with stuff. And I got done with it. I was like, man, this was really good. Well, like I said, I found out that since it was a reprint, I went and read the other four, including this one when it originally came out, and it's kind of like updated, uh, updated art. Like the story was exactly the same, but the art's been updated. I had a really fun time with this. I only found 3 issues. I don't know if there's more, but This was really good and did not disappoint. Again, though, I'm a Kirkman fan. I love the Invincible universe. So, the kicks off. Tomb of the Pale Horse. That sounds so familiar, Corey. That sounds very familiar. I think I might have seen something about that. But yeah, like if you like the Invincible stuff, this is a nice little offshoot. You have only two of the characters that I actually recognize, but I think everyone on screen, spoiler alert for one of the seasons of Invincible, has been real quick on Invincible. It wasn't like they had any speaking lines or anything, but most of them have been on. But the two that I know, hey, what's going on, Lorena? I know for sure of is the guy in the front is Machine Head, and the guy in the back is Titan. Uh, Titan is the guy who can cover himself. I think it's some kind of rock or granite or something that he covers himself with. But really cool story. If there's not more, I hope with this reprint they're doing, maybe we get more. But it was super fun. Um, so next thing I read was kind of on the recommendation of Ed. Uh, Devil on My Shoulder from Dark Horse. This is a Kyle Starks Piotr. I can never say that damn name. I know it's Piotr Kowalski. Same writing artist team behind Where Monsters Lie. This book was badass. I really dug this one. Ed, good call. If you've not read this yet, this is awesome, awesome story. It kind of starts out not you don't really know it's a flashback, but there's kind of a flashback. Uh, Woman is taken. She's tortured for a long time, like it's like 40 days or something like that. Um, Kidnappers thinks that she's been killed. Get rid of her. She's found on a beach. She plots her revenge. That's all I'm giving you. This book was badass. And Corey, yes, I Saw Santa is definitely on my list. That's the Image one, right?
Yeah, it does feel like Sunday.
These are all mixed up. Feels like Sunday. It does feel like Sunday. It really does. Uh, yeah, and this was like I knew I was gonna love it anyway because you put Kyle Stark's name on something, I'm gonna read it.
Right.
But man, folks, you want something that's first issue was like it's a little rough. I'm gonna tell you that it's a little rough with the torture stuff, but I have a feeling this book's just gonna go this book's just gonna go nuts, and I can't wait. That was the first issue of this. I'm like, dude, I need the rest right now. So I think it's 2 or 3 series. Yes, yeah, but that's the Image one though that I'm thinking of, right? Not the DC one. I think I Saw Santa was the Image one. I think the DC one was like Ma Hunkel kissing Santa Claus or something like that. But yeah,
Yeah, I plan to read this one. This one looks cool.
oh,
Like
yeah.
you said, Cal Stark's a good writer.
hmm But yeah, it's some rough stuff, but man, it has a very I spit on your grave feel to it. So yeah, it, yeah. See, Ed say yeah. You probably said that like 30 seconds ago, but I'm just not getting it.
Or the same time.
Yeah, could be. Next one up, I got, and this just kind of makes me more excited to do another review show soon because I didn't write any notes for these. These are just trying to remember stuff. But this one was really good too. It's a DC Black Label book. This is a team up for a story I just would not see these three characters being a part of, but they all fit so well in it. Arcadia. There is. Oliver Queen is no longer part of Queen Industries. In fact, he's got some kind of restraining order against him. He can't even go within like 100 feet of the property. There's Hub City, where the question is from, that has just been basically forgotten. It's just a shithole, honestly, is how they're describing it. And there's things being done there from this plant that's supposed to be abandoned, but it's like automated. It's machining these parts, and he can't figure out what they are. So then Batman gets involved as well. Though the three of them, like the Question and Arrow, have been talking to each other. Batman just kind of gets there by accident through being Bruce Wayne and going to some kind of meeting about having a city, like a floating city that'll rise with tides. It has a lot of uh, climate, climate change stuff about it, but not in like a preachy way. But the way it ends, I can't wait for the next issue. Again, this is a team up that I would always thought about, but until I saw it, I didn't realize how awesome this is going to be. Like the three of these guys bringing their own kind of flavor to the story, and the question is kind of Batman like, but not really. But he's a detective. Then you got Ollie, who's the Arrow. And then you got Batman. It's very strange though, because I believe in the scene where we get Batman near the end of the book, he's not wearing his cape, so it's just like the bat suit. Or unless I didn't see it, but I
Mhm.
think for this particular scene, he wasn't wearing the cape. He was just wearing the rest of the outfit.
Hmm.
And I was like, it looked cool. Like he didn't need the cape. I thought it looked cool, but yeah, uh, Black Label book. I'm really excited to check out the next issue of this. I think this is going to be a great story.
Yeah, that cover reminds me of like the Mike Grell era of the Green Arrow, where it's
Yeah,
like longbow
somebody
hunters.
somebody said that when Miss Jen was reviewing it, that it looked like the long, and I was like, yeah, it does. It does look like the Ollie from Longbow Hunters.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, it's a really good book. Notice something about this list. There's a couple of DC things on it, and that's because I don't think I've been this high on DC in a long time. Between absolute stuff, some of this Black Label stuff, the DCKO event, like all the little spin-offs from that going on. Like DC has just been on the tear lately. Let's see. Next up, what else I got? Red Escape number 4. This series continues to just not action in this book, but it's still the story is so good in it. Like we got balls to the wall action in the first issue, got a little bit in the second issue, then we got some backstory in the third issue, and then this is our main character Milton being hidden in enemy lines by people that live in this place that he just bombed in the first issue, and they're helping him. So this one, y'all, if you want a good World War II esque kind of story, but with animals in the place in place of humans, this has been such a good story, such good writing. Rick Remender, Daniel Kuna. Um, I've been loving this series so far. So if you haven't read it yet, yeah, that's next on the list too, or not on this list, Ed, but Elvira and Harley 2 is definitely on my reading very soon list because that series has just been a ton of fun. Speaking of DCKO number 2, this thing continues to shock. I was shocked in the first one. I was shocked at stuff that happens in this second one. Like the numbers are dwindling fast. This one has 32 contestants left from the first issue that have to find 16 objects. 15 of them very well known. Power rings, the oh my goodness, lantern rings, lasso of truth, I think, just a bunch of stuff within the DC universe, plus a mystery item. And the mystery item was one I didn't think of. And when it happened, I was like, holy cow. Okay. So basically, what happens is, again, I'm not spoiling anything, but you have 32 contestants and only 16 items. That means at the end of this book, there's only going to be 16 contestants left. Because the rules of this game are you either find one of these hidden items or you're done. You're dead. And the twist at the end, I did not know they were going to do this soon. But if you've read the first one, they talked about it. It's not a super big spoiler, but they talked about Darkseid is already there. You find out at the very end of this. And again, shocked me. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, again, DC crushing it right now. I thought this was just going to be one of those other, I dog Marvel a little bit. I do like Marvel stuff. I really do. But Marvel has what feels like so many freaking events that they're just like, oh, it's just another story.
Right.
This one, yeah,
and hard to keep up with too.
yeah. This one, get on the ground floor of it. It's only 2 issues. You can read the side stuff, but I would definitely read the KO main titles first, because I know they released a Batman one that was like a DC KO tie-in, and it kind of Night Fight. It was called Night Fight. I would not suggest you reading Night Fight before you read the first DC KO. But yeah, this series has been bomb. Like,
yeah, I was going to ask you what you needed to read in order to get behind the first one and this one, but if the other side stories spawn from that first issue, then that'd be easier.
Yeah, like you don't necessarily need to read Night Fight. Night Fight's a good story though. Like, it'd be worth reading if you got the time to do it.
Right, but it's kind of like the Night Terrors a couple of years ago with DC, when they did all the different side stories to the Night Terrors, and then I think the final issue in that was called Nightfall or something. Yeah. That was a good series. All of that.
Yeah, but
so, and I think I missed last year's event, possibly before that.
Yeah, but this stuff right here, like, y'all, I'm not gonna BS you or anything. I'm so far behind on the absolute stuff, and it's not because I don't want to read the absolute stuff. It's just I know how I am with great books. I'm gonna want the trade. I'm gonna want to read everything all at one time. That's how I get through a lot of that stuff. I didn't collect Civil War, the comic. I bought the whole, what I thought was the whole damn thing, but you got 18 billion spin-offs of it. But
different tie-ins.
Yeah, so I have most of Blackest Night, but I've read the main story, but I got the whole book first. And DCKO, I might be able to do that, but honestly, the thing's been so damn good that every time I see an issue's out, I'm like, okay, I got to read it. But I'm going to be getting on the absolute stuff very soon, because the next absolute Batman 15 is going to be Absolute Joker. And I have heard
a picture of that.
Yeah, and the thing is, and it's not just the people trying to sell you the book. I've heard from so many people that just when you think the absolute Batman book is going to slow down, it just stomps on the gas. Like this last issue they did was phenomenal. And Absolute Batman number 2, seventh print. Like that's insane to me. Like I'm so glad when the Absolute stuff first started, Sean was like, "Hey man, pick you out a cover. We're gonna get the foil logo covers and then pick you out another cover." So I think the only cover I'm missing is Absolute Martian Manhunter, but we have the foils for all of them. And then we got on that Absolute Batman number 1. So it first print Absolute Batman number 1, that thing keeps climbing. Like it's insane that after 14 issues, these books are getting like ninth and 10th and 11th and 12th reprints. The price of it keeps going up. That's it's insane to me how well this story is doing. Like Scott Snyder he just needs to be in charge of the DC stuff. Like he is the Kevin Feige, James Gunn of the comic book side of this.
The new Jeff Johns.
The new Jeff Johns, and I love Jeff Johns too. Jeff Johns, though, you can stay in the Ghost Machine stuff because I love that stuff too. That's another thing that I'm so far behind on, but I'm going to get trays to get caught up on it.
Yeah. Well, Jeff Johns did a lot for the, like Flashpoint,
Mm-hmm.
Blackest Night.
Yep.
Such good runs.
Yeah. So next up, taking a little break from DC. Skinbreaker number 3. David Finch cover, just because the David Finch art in this book is just fantastic. So after reading issue 2 and just getting like a 180 of a story, like the turn in that one surprised me. I didn't think we were going in the direction that the book is going in. And then reading this one, I'm like, man, again, Robert Kirkman, man, I'm a shill for Robert Kirkman. There's not too many of his stories that I'm like, eh. This one has been really good so far. Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
But man, this story, if this is something nobody's read yet, it's only 3 issues so far. Like it might be a little slow for some folks, and I get that, but there's a world being built here. And if it's anything like the other worlds that he's built, Kirkman knows what he's doing with the long game most of the time. Most of the time, because I haven't read every single thing in the Walking Dead universe. I haven't read all Invincible because there's like 30 trades. Hey, Thomas, what's going on?
Hey, Thomas.
Add your name to the list. But this one has it's been fantastic. Like, if you haven't been reading it, I don't know how to describe it to you. Just an alien tribe, and their ways are you can challenge your chief to a duel to the death, and the winner of that becomes a new chief. Kirkman's so good because he's from Kentucky. Corey, a little bias there, maybe. Yeah, this story is so good, and I have a feeling it's going to be one of those things where when it gets to volume 5 or 6, I'm still going to be talking about, if you haven't read this, much like Invincible, go back and grab the trays and read this story, because I'm having a blast with it. It just feels like, in the best way possible, it's just a lightning fast read. Like I started reading this, and next thing I know, it's like, damn, it's over already. So I've been having a blast with this one.
Another one that I got to jump on.
Yeah. So the next one was one I just from the cover alone, I decided, I'm going to read this one. Final Boss.
That looks cool.
It very much so, man. This is like you taking Street Fighter Tekken, Highlander, uh, just to the nth degree. This book was so much fun too. Like it's a dude. He's been told stories by his grandfather that his
Don't
his
want seconds.
grandfather's ship was shot down, and and they end up on an island, and the grandfather finds this cavern, and there's this artifact in it. I don't want to give too much away on that, but this kid grew up believing that these were just stories his grandpa told him. But apparently, the guy's father believed in his dad so much, the grandfather, that he went to go find this place for himself. So the dad's been missing. And I can't remember the guy's name to save my life, but it sounds like a fighter name, like it does. So this guy was like in the military. He had bodyguard jobs that he was doing. One of them went sideways, and the folks he was trying to protect ended up getting killed. So he basically got disbarred from doing anything like that. So now he's like a merc for hire, but it's nothing more than like, your husband's cheating on you. I'm gonna go mess him up, get paid for doing it. And then he's also an underground fighter and gets paid doing fights. This is where the book got crazy though. Is after he enters, it's like a masked underground fighting league. After he enters, the whole page says like versus. It looks like a video game when it gets to that part, but it's super graphic. It's it's one that I would definitely tell you if you saw this one and you're like, maybe read it. I think this series is going to be bat crap crazy, but also a ton of fun and very violent. This is like a hard R image book. So, but it was super fun. Not that it reminds me exactly like it, but there was a movie with that Frank Grillo did. I think it was called Final Level, where he relives the day, but it's basically him training to go kill like the big bad. It kind of reminded me of that, but it was just because the title, I guess. But it's it's got and there's gods in it as well. So I mean, it's a mix of all these different kind of things that just blend together to make a pretty awesome story. Like for a first issue, I was like, dude, this is definitely going to be on my can't wait to read pile. So I'll be looking forward to when the next one of the next issue 2 comes out of this. I would again, this is a highly recommend if you're just looking for a bloody, fun, violent time. Yeah, this is definitely the book you want to check out. Let's see. This is blacked out. I think I already showed this one. Oh yeah, this was talking about how we watched Back to the Future on Thanksgiving, and I was wondering if anybody out there in the chat, outside of the ones that already answered, is there like a Thanksgiving set of movies that you always got to watch? Like, do you watch movies on Thanksgiving Day, or is it all just football? Just curious, but yeah, this is the trilogy that we watch on Thanksgiving. I don't know why. It's not like it's a Thanksgiving themed set of movies, but it's just one of those things we ended up doing.
Yeah, we don't have no traditions for Thanksgiving as far as watching movies and stuff, but we do the all day Christmas story, or used to where they have it on TBS and just have it on a loop for 24 hours.
24 hours of a Christmas story. Yep. Own that movie too. And you know what? When we had cable, I'd watch it over and over again, man.
Yep.
One of my favorite Christmas movies.
For sure. And the sequel to that wasn't bad either.
The one where they brought most of the original cast back a couple years ago, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah, not the little in between one that
Too many places going Thanksgiving.
I've seen that one, but everybody hates it.
There's that weird second one that they did. I tried to block it out. I tried watching it. was not for me. I still have not, as much as I love A Christmas Story, haven't watched that newer one. It's like on the
The newer
list.
one. It's
Yeah,
good.
it's on the list.
You won't be disappointed. I was afraid to watch it because it's a rough one to try and tackle, but they did it well.
True, and seeing older Ralphie just makes me feel older. I mean, that's what happens now. So that's what we watched.
Well, as soon as someone pointed it out to me that it was him in the Iron Man movie,
Yeah,
that blew my mind.
yeah,
Like, wait, what? And then couldn't unsee it after that.
yep. Because not only in the Iron Man movie, he was in Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nuts. You hate Christmas Story, Corey? That's all right, man. I get
Yep.
it. I get it. So here's something that excited to watch, excited to see. Stranger Things season 5 dropped. The most inopportune time for some of us, but it dropped. And like I was talking about earlier, it has been harder than hell to stay away from spoilers. So after the show tonight, Jenna and I are watching all 4 episodes, and then we're gonna have to wait till Christmas because what is it? There's wow, I just noticed that. So volume 1 was November 26th, volume 2 is Christmas, and the finale is New Year's Eve.
Oh wow,
Huh. I
they
didn't
split it
notice
up
that
like
before.
that.
Yeah, I didn't notice that before. Huh. That's interesting. Unless I grabbed like an older thing. I'm gonna have to look that up. Wow, that's
Could
crazy.
be making an event, you know.
That's true. Again, for folks, there are folks out there that never watched an episode. And I would tell you, try it because if you end up liking it, this is going to be one of the greatest adventures you're going to go on with the TV show because now you got 4.5 seasons basically. Because once the rest of this lit, then you'll have 5. But you could just, yeah, I trust me, I'm going to. But you got so much to binge, and I say so much. But here's the thing: there's not a season more than 10 episodes, maybe 11. I don't remember exactly, but
It'll
it's
go
one of
quick.
those. Hmm?
It'll go quick when you watch it.
Yeah, it really does. Like Jenna watched this first, and the funny thing is if you watch Daredevil on that was on Netflix, there's a line in there where a dude basically says Stranger Things. And I never really thought about it until I rewatched the first season of Daredevil on the Netflix version. And I was like, I wonder if that was like a sly little call out to this being the next thing that was coming on. But Jenna ended up watching this first. And I had been busy with work. I hadn't sat down to watch it. She had watched it like 2 or 3 times. And she sat me down. She goes, You have to watch this." And first episode, I was like, "Okay, let's go ahead and watch the next one." Okay, let's go. Like the way their cliffhangers were perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Every single episode that ended, I was like, "Nope, I gotta watch the next one." Like the cliffhangers were on point. There are some seasons that kind of feel like they lull, but to some people, to me though, they haven't. Season 4 was freaking amazing. All 8 episodes except for season 2. Okay. Thank you, Triple B. But season 4, it's one of those things where people think, well, because it's the newest thing, that's your favorite. But season 4 to me was my favorite. But it goes like 4, 1, 2, 3. But I've enjoyed every single one so far. These things pull at your heartstrings, they crush you. I don't think I've ever cried so much at a TV show as when we were watching the last half of season 4. Like everything that happens there was just like gut punching moments. But it's so good. Like I would tell you, give it a shot. You know, I was a person that was like, I had never watched an episode of Game of Thrones until the show almost ended. Now, I won't say that I was crazy about Game of Thrones and I was like going wanting to go to bars and do like big watches or anything, but I liked Game of Thrones when I started watching it. I
Yeah,
liked it. This show might be the same for you. It might not be like the greatest thing you've ever seen, but I think you'll have a good time if you give it a shot. Now,
definitely.
kind of not exactly in the same vein. Welcome to Dairy. I'm already excited for tomorrow's episode.
Hmm.
Haven't watched the trailer for it yet because they released trailers for the next episodes. Haven't watched the trailer yet. We talked a little bit about this on Comic Collectibles Monday because I think Robbie said he hadn't watched any of it yet, and I think John was saying that some people said it was boring and this and that. And here's what I say: I understand it says it. I understand it says it in the title. They should have just called it Welcome to Dairy. But this is it. Welcome to Dairy. It's not it. Welcome to Pennywise. All right. So if you're wanting to see Pennywise in the first episode or whatever, you want the show to be all about him, just temper expectations. Just watch it. This show is so good. So good. If you're a horror fan, if you're just a Pennywise fan, if you're a fan of this universe that Stephen King built, this has been fantastic. Uh, Not going to talk too much about it because I know that Nope and them are about an episode or two behind, or an episode behind,
Just
something like that. Yeah,
luckily, didn't watch last Sunday, but at least we'll have two to watch tomorrow.
exactly. And we ended up doing that too because we at first were like, you know, haven't been a fan of watching things week to week in a long time. Netflix kind of got me conditioned
Right.
about watching everything at once. And the first season of The Boys on Amazon dropped all at once, and then the next season was like two. Now, the thing is though, this is one of those shows that unless we just can't watch it, we're watching this every Sunday. There was one Sunday where Jenna was gone, so I didn't watch the episode. So then when she came back, by that next time, it's like, oh man, it's Sunday. We got two. It was like watching a little 2-hour movie. It was so good. Never, Corey, never going to spoil anything because eventually, let's see, tomorrow is episode 5. I think it's episode 5
I think
or,
tomorrow's 6.
or 6. Okay.
Yeah, because we've been watching them in two episode chunks. Essentially.
Okay. We're going to do one of these shows is going to be a spoiler filled show of this show.
Right.
Like
After it's over for the season, definitely.
Yeah. And much like we did with Reacher and Superman spoiler talk, we'll let everybody know there's going to be spoilers. But trust me, this show is going to be talked about. If it sticks the landing. Now, so far with me, they're 5 for 5. 5 episodes we've watched, all 5 have been fantastic. So they're 5 for 5 so far with me. But yeah, it's gonna be one of those things where we're watching Stranger Things tonight, and then tomorrow we're gonna watch Welcome to Dairy, and I'll eventually probably watch all 6 episodes all at once again because again it's just been that good. So many surprises, so many things, so many freak you out kind of moments. Now, that's the last of that stuff, but I want to hear, and I know it's kind of a weird thing. I want to know what you've been reading, though, because you told me what you've been reading, and I want you to talk about it. And if you want to show off, what you showed off earlier, please do.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've just been reading uh, up on 3D printers and all that stuff this week, just out of necessity. Well, the 3D printer wasn't a necessity, but got a new one and made a tree topper. Turned out really good,
Yeah.
but almost got me in trouble because she thought I bought it. But so, yeah, comics really haven't been on my to-do list here past week, anyways. But no fan out.
Jeez.
No, but I definitely plan to read basically everything you just showed because that was all the stuff that's been on my list, on my poll list, and all that. And I still want to continue reading the other books that we did reviews on a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I know the new Immortal Batman came out, I think, this week.
Yes, I started that one, and then I think I was starting to read stuff before work the other day, and I got to that one. And I was like, "Oh man, I got a show in like 5 minutes," so I had to, and I just never got back to it. So I'm just gonna have to reread it again.
Yep, that's what I did with Skin Breaker. I started to open it up, to read it, but got busy doing something else and didn't come back to it, kind of thing.
It happens, man. Like I still have, I think a new issue of Cap to read, the Captain America by Zdarsky.
Yeah,
Which again, man,
I still got
I've
it.
been loving that one.
Read the first
Onward.
one, put it down.
Oh, I got it. I guess again, me not being someone who like reads a lot of Cap, like Cap adjacent stories or Cap shows up in a story, never like just plain Cap. So reading this one, like I said, when I got to the end of it, I was like, "Hey, take care, Triple B."
Later, Triple B.
Uh, I read the next one, and I was like, "Okay." And then I read issue 3, and I was like, "Man, issue 3 is just freaking wild." Like Zdarsky again. Zdarsky's really good. Like I like a lot of his work. I never thought I'd be saying I was this excited to read a Captain America book, but he's got me on it. So let's see.
I think I just wasn't in the mood that day. Why it didn't necessarily take off for I need to read the next one. But after you said it doesn't pick up until like the third one, it might be worth checking out.
Yeah, it is strange sometimes that I notice that like I mean with a lot of things, your mood kind of affects things you read. Like there are times where if you read something and you're not in the best of moods, everything turns into man, not that good. Wasn't
Right.
that good. Not
Or
that good.
certain things that you read come off in a different tone, you know, which
Yeah.
can be said the same for movies. You
Yeah.
know, if you're in a bad mood, you know, funny mood can be helpful sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Let's see. So I've said we're getting close already. Uh that's okay. Didn't have a ton to talk about. It was more just a short show just to talk about what everybody was doing, how they had their, what they did for Thanksgiving, stuff like that. Anybody out there, if there's something that you're excited to read, let me know. If there's anything you want to suggest, let me know. And
Or recipes to share, you know.
yeah, yeah, some recipes. All I gotta say is, if I need the recipe to this freaking honey bun bunt cake thing that we
Yeah,
had.
it sounds delicious.
Oh my goodness, man! Like I was full fat kid mode the other day because it also happened to be my 2 days of fasting were Tuesday and Wednesday. So my eat day was Thursday and yesterday. So yeah, I ate way too much, and don't regret it one bit.
Mm-hmm. Like a chocolate
Really?
pie last weekend, and then there was a like a layered chocolate cake the other day, and it was oof, real good. I was worried I wasn't going to get a slice because there was only so much, and I was like, I'll wait, but all right, give me one
Yeah.
before it's gone.
Oh, man. Well, hopefully that one picks up, Corey, because Philip Kennedy Johnson was on the FOC show a couple weeks back talking about Book of L and Infernal Hulk. He actually had me excited to read that one.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, it's kind of
Well,
like
I'll check it out.
Spider-Man '94. You know,
Yeah.
had a promising premise at least. Taking that title and then some of that art in there was just like, ugh, what are you doing?
Well, if I end up reading it and not liking it, at least I know when it comes to 007 and Superman, Philip Kennedy Johnson is great at those two. I've never read any of his Hulk stuff, so just hearing him talk about it though had me excited for it. I'm still gonna check it out, see what it's about. But time to get to the next book that was on Phantom X. The next on the list. Look, I went color versions after you saw the black and white. I get it. I went into this completely blind to this character. I only heard him mentioned by Deadpool in some issue. I can't even remember what issue it was. But I was like, you know what? It's on here. I'm gonna read it. And this is one of those when I went to grab the cover, go to League covers, and there was some reviews on it. Man, this series did not get any love from anybody. But I really enjoyed it. My first introduction to this character, I really enjoyed it. It's the strange thing is this dude is a mutant, but unless his mutant skill is just being able to steal everything, I don't know what his actual powers or anything is. Like he we open this up and he's stealing something. He's followed by the woman on the cover. Her name is Eva. She works for the Department of Justice, and she almost catches him, but he ends up tricking her into putting on a parachute and pushes her out of a plane. She goes back to the Department of Justice, and the head guy, I don't know what they're called there, but the chief person there is like, okay, we hired this team to help you bring this dude in. Well, Phantom X sends her sends Eva a letter telling her. Let me see if I can make that picture a little bigger. There we go. You know, telling her, that he's sorry that they always got to meet this way, and basically she's never going to catch him. And well, I got to do that for everyone, I guess. There we go. But also gives her a number she can call. So this team is called Grover something. I can't remember the team name, but it's a team of 3 people. And these are shady people to begin with. They look shady. There's something about them that, like, when we first introduced to them, they just kind of I don't know, they just kind of set off some kind of alarm in my head. Well, come to find out, they're not exactly great people, and they're not exactly just normal folks either. Um, Turns out that they are looking for this underground missile base that's been built in like the bottom of the ocean, the bottom of Marianas Trench. And what you're seeing on screen right now is so Phantom X has this AI that works with him, uh, and the AI is in love with him. And you see her kind of manifest in different things. Like here's a dominatrix, another one she's a sexy nurse. Like it's a weird thing, but it's kind of funny. But anyway, he they're trying to find him through using Eva, and through the four issues, it's basically a cat and mouse game between these three people, this one agent, and Phantom X. Um, Again, like I said many times before, y'all, my reviews are all kind of like all over the place. Not going to give you too much about it, but if you're a fan of Archer, the TV show, it kind of has those vibes to it a little bit. Like Phantom X is kind of a smart ass. Uh, Nobody can ever defeat me because I can steal anything, and he's the smartest person in the room. And there's some flashback stuff in there that kind of gives you a little bit more about what he's about. But overall, it was like a fun espionage. And although it's a Max book, there wasn't too much outside of some language. There is something that happens to one of the female characters by another female character that's kind of off screen kind of thing that might be a warning for some folks. Just putting that out there. But overall, I enjoyed it. He's a thief. He's a thief that can steal anything, and just when you think there's no way this dude's going to survive, I don't know. Maybe his power is luck. I don't know because they don't really go into what his powers are. But from what I've read, after reading this, he's the product of his mother and like a computer hooking up. Like it's really strange. It's a really strange story, but it's a fun character. So again, I would suggest this is one of those things. If you're just looking for something outside of your norm, outside of things you would normally read, I would check this out. Like I said, it's got some Archer feel to it, very spy espionage. You, you think the good guys are good until you find out no, they're not really good, and they eat an alien, and that's as far as I'm going to go with that. An alien gets eaten and stuff happens. Again, I had a good time with it. I thought it was fun. So there is my J-like review on Phantom X Max. I know now everyone is going to run out and try to find this book because my glowing review that was very, very well done and lets you know exactly what's going on in this book is probably tempting you.
I'll probably check it out.
It was fun. Like I said, I read like people's reviews on it, and I was like, I guess this being the first thing I've ever read from this guy, apparently, the people that have been longtime Phantom X fans, which again I heard his name in passing, weren't really big on it. But again, I liked it. I had a good time with it. So let's go ahead and pick the next book. Let's see. Well, make that one bigger. All right, let's see. And Triple B left. And I forgot to ask him for a number, so I am just going to pick a number for him. Three. There we go. That is so smart. So we're going to share the other screen with the books. We're going to shuffle it 3 times for Triple B. And let's see what Jay's reading now. Blade from 2002. That kind of feels, you know what? That kind of feels like it's a Marvel book. It kind of feels like something along the lines of what Triple B would want me to read.
Well, it's about vampires too, so
Yeah. So let me just go ahead and write that down so I don't forget. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about, it was a great movie. Dude, the first Blade movie is so freaking good.
mm-hmm.
It's so good. And again, like I don't know if it was just me not noticing credits and stuff like that. It was one of those things where I was like, I didn't realize it was a comic. I I guess like I said, I wasn't paying attention to the whatever it says in association with Marvel or whatever in the beginning of it. I was like, oh, it is a comic. And that's I haven't read a whole lot of Blade stuff. I usually see him in TV shows and cartoons, and then there was that Blade series with Sticky Fingers as Blade. It was actually pretty good. It's a long time ago. I think it was like Spike TV or something.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
But it was good. Um, so again, I want to talk about some things that got planned coming up. I had Tracy sent me a belated birthday gift, bunch of cool stuff in it. Can't wait to check that out. I'm going to be doing an unboxing of that. Shorts are coming back eventually, folks. I've been itching to do some stuff you should read, stuff you think I should read, shorts, especially with, us doing reviews and the fact that I have this list of books that I'm reading now. So, and I'm always up for people telling me, hey, you should probably read this because I don't ever want to get Werewolf by Night 32 first appearance. I have no clue. I am terrible with that stuff. Um, I've said it before. I'm like the weirdest comic book fan ever. I've been reading comics since I could read, but the information doesn't stick with me. Like I can get some things. Like I know where characters like what company they're for and powers and stuff like that. But man, when I hear Robbie and John and other folks talk about, oh yeah, it happened in this issue of this on this page, and this was the artist, it blows me away because my brain just doesn't remember stuff like that. I just again, if you were to introduce me to somebody who didn't know me, didn't know anything about me, they would tell you closer than I would have been, Corey.
Hmm.
They'd be like, "Oh, did you just start reading?" Or no, you don't really read comics. To which I would say, um, if I didn't read comics, I am spending a hell of a lot of money to try to look like I read comic books.
Right.
Like, again, my place is a mess. My office is a mess. There's boxes and stuff littered everywhere. But trust me, we got a lot of books on our shelves. So it's just I'm just not good with that stuff, man. People can see covers and they know exactly who did the cover. That's Lorena.
Yep.
That's 100% true. There have been times I have said this before. I can read a comic, be done with it, put it down, turn my head and look back. I'm like 10-second Tom. Oh, what's this? Now, granted,
Oh,
if I when I
what's this?
reread something, yeah, when I reread something, my brain catches, that hey, you've read this before. Like it's not like I forget about it. It's just my short term when it comes. That's why I take so many notes when we do reviews. Like that's a good problem to have, and that's why I tell people, hey, if you think there's something I need to read, let me know because I don't ever want to be done with my to read pile. I
Right.
don't ever want that to happen. I want that thing to stay full, there to be added to, not to be gone through. I do that a lot too, Corey.
Mhm.
A lot. Jenna gets so mad because she'll hum a tune not knowing what the song is. She goes, "You know this song that goes, hmm," and I tell her exactly what the song is. Maybe not the artist and title, or maybe not the artist or title, but one or the other. I can usually get. Or she's like, I've been looking for this song for 3 days. Revival. You know when I'm gonna read Revival? I'm gonna read that in between reading Blade. That's what I'll do, Corey. I'm gonna read that because again, I want us to do, but I got to make sure it's when most of us are on, at least three of us, or again, if somebody from the chat wants to join us for one of the shows, let me know. I plan on us doing another review show pretty soon because all of us seem to have a really good time doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to do that again. I might just read that one so I can talk about it. Yeah. But yeah, the plan is to start getting back into doing the shorts, doing some unboxing, but I also want to start doing some other videos. Um, not so much like I want to review stuff, but again, the thing is, I'm so weird when it comes to reviewing things that I used to do reviews. But it would take me 3 or 4 pages of notes to get through one book. But I want to start doing stuff like that again. Maybe find a way to, maybe just do it in my own way. That way because it won't feel like such a chore because I'm having to read these notes and yeah, I spent a lot of time as a kid listening to the radio and watching TV. And especially when we moved here. Like I've been here, we lived here we moved here when I was 13 to this part of the woodlands we live in. And not that any of those kids are watching, but they were all jerks and they were mean and I didn't want to hang out with them. So I spent a lot of time doing nothing but reading comics, watching movies, listening to music. That's what I did for a long time. So, but I also want to start doing some stuff like with us, not always live, like us doing some recorded stuff.
Yeah, we need to do that unboxing. I got all my Kyle stuff now. I got 2 large flat rate boxes, and then a
Yeah,
couple of just little packages from them. But
yeah,
you got
because I
that,
got my Kyle stuff and I have my Nope stuff,
right?
and I still don't know what's in the Nope stuff because I haven't opened it yet.
Luckily, you don't have to feed it, so it can sit in the box a little bit longer.
Man, that's good because it would have already been gone.
Right.
But yeah, like I want to start doing stuff like that because the lives are fun. I love doing the lives. The lives will be happening as long as there's not something that happens like we're out of town or something like that. The lives are always going to be here on Saturday nights. But I'd like to do more than just the lives. Like I like doing unboxings. I like doing shorts. It's just finding the time, and a lot of times it's just I love my job so much, but by the time I'm done with it, there's sometimes I just don't want to do anything. And it's when I start, like when I make myself do something, and I know people are like, don't make yourself do it or you're not going to enjoy it. But it's one of those, if I make myself do a short, I have fun doing it. If I make myself edit something, once I start, I have fun doing it and I'm glad I did. Lorena, there's only one Crow movie, dude. None of those other movies exist. There's only one Crow movie. That's with Brandon Lee, and it can't rain all the time.
Right. It's the only one you need to see. That's the only one I've seen.
I'm still gonna watch the Skarsgård one. I know people say it's terrible, but I love Bill Skarsgård. People said it's terrible. I want to see it anyway. Again
That was Skarsgård? I thought that was a different dude.
in the newest The Crow.
Right.
Yeah, that's Bill Skarsgård.
I thought that was somebody else, actually.
Don't watch the movie. Just listen to the soundtrack is pretty good. I said, but if you've never seen the Brandon Lee The Crow, watch it. Watch it. That movie's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Watched that many times as a kid.
Oh,
Many times.
Yep. Every time I was suspended from school, that's what I did. I watched The Crow. So I watched The Crow an awful lot when I was younger. I was a troublemaker.
Terrible.
Oh, dang it! His name went out of my head. I know which one you're talking about. It's
No.
not Stellan's the dad.
Someone's dad. Yeah, I'm
Oh
drawing
my
a
God.
blank too.
Alexander. Ooh, I started typing it and thought about it as soon as I started typing it. Alexander Skarsgård. Which, funny enough, uh, spoilers for What We Do in the Shadows, folks, if you haven't watched that. So, in the first season of What We Do in the Shadows, I want to say, yeah, it's Alexander. I want to say it was the first season. There's a council of vampires. And what they did was they had a cameo from almost everybody who's played a vampire. I'm talking when Paul Rubens was still alive, the vampire he played in that Buffy movie, he was there. They had Blade, Wesley Snipes cameoed. They had the original cast from the movie What We Do in the Shadows cameoed in it.
Seen the movie. I have not watched the show just yet.
Oh
But
man, dude, look,
I love
here's
all
what I'll
that stuff.
say.
New Zealand humor.
I really, really liked the movie. I really liked the movie, but the show is just that much more for me. Like,
Yeah.
but then again, I love Matt Berry. Matt Berry in like IT Crowd and stuff. And if you've never seen IT Crowd, folks, watch IT Crowd. The
Okay.
IT Crowd is hilarious. Um, yes, yes, Lorena. Well, spoiler: his character, I think his name was Eric in True Blood. He cameos as a vampire in the last season as his Eric. So I just thought it was funny. Like they even had Evan Rachel Wood because she was like the Queen of Louisiana in True Blood. She cameoed as a vampire. Like just going through and picking out all the different cameos they got for that scene was just amazing. But yeah, the show is phenomenal. Like it's so funny. Uh, One of the vampires is Mark Prost. I think is how you say his name. He was in The Office. He was like Dwight's Dwight's buddy that gets hired on. He's in that show, and I think it's an emotional vampire. What he does is he basically bores people and sucks out their life force. He's incredible in this show. So fucking funny.
He's an energy vampire.
Yes. Like I said, it's while you're waiting in between for episodes of Welcome to Derry, just put it on. Like the documentary style's still there. Doug Jones is in it for a lot of the seasons. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, they're all hissing at each other. Yeah, it's so funny. Like
Well,
I
if it's
said,
like a movie, I'll like it. So,
oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
Like I
watched
said,
that on the plane coming home from our last vacation. I was laughing, and the family just kept looking at me like, "You all right?"
we're werewolves, not swearwolves.
Right? Reese Darby. Yeah, the only one that was missing in that was the other, the third guy from Flight of the Conchords. Otherwise, you had Tremaine, you know,
Let's see, I know Jermaine Clement,
Clement. That's what I meant.
Taika Waititi.
Yep.
I never remember the other guy's name. The
And
third guy, like
from
the
Flight,
younger. Hmm?
from Flight of the Conchords,
Yeah.
or
Oh, no,
Brett.
from What We Do in the Shadows, the
Oh,
movie.
yeah. Out of that movie, those are the only ones that I can name really, and then Restarty, the werewolves guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good.
So outside of unboxings and stuff, anything coming from Weird Opes? Anything planned in
Uh,
the future?
we might be going over some Christmas movies and stuff. If there's a certain section of them that we kind of have we're zeroed in on, we just gotta watch them. But I'm not gonna make any false promises.
Gotcha. We're gonna get some horror holiday movies, folks. I can
Oh
I
yeah,
can
plenty of
guarantee
that.
it. Yeah.
Plenty of that. Krampus, all the different variations of that. I still need to check that one out. She's watched that Resident Alien.
So I'm gonna tell. I'm promise you I'm gonna bring the room back up, but I'm gonna tell a little bit of a sad story when it comes to Resident Alien. I've told this before, but maybe not everybody's heard it. So, um, my dad was a fan of the show. Like he'd been watching it. I came over here one time and he was like, "Have you watched this show?" He goes, "I turned it on for background noise, but it was funny as hell, so I just started watching it." Well, my dad had been sick for about 4 or 5 years, and he got really bad in April 2021, and he was in the hospital, and he messaged me. He goes, "Hey, can you go to the house and set the DVR because the season finale of Resident Alien is on, and I don't want to miss it." And I said, "Yeah." Um, and then he'd still been in the hospital like a week or two later, and I was on vacation from Kroger where I worked before, and I met he was talking to me, he's messaging me, and I was like, "Hey, I'm on vacation. Do you have your laptop? And I'll just bring the show to you." And this was on Saturday or Sunday, and he never answered me back. Well, unfortunately, that Monday, my mom called me and was like, "Hey, Dad's ready to go." So, like I said, my dad was very sick. Uh, Idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis is what he had. Is basically eating away at his lungs. He had like 0% lung capacity, so he was on a breathing machine at the hospital. So my dad never got to watch the finale. He passed before then. He passed, like I said, it was April of 2021. Fast forward to 2023, 2024. I still haven't watched it. And one night we're sitting in bed and scrolling through Netflix, and Jenna saw it. She goes, "Do you want to start it?" I said, "Yeah." So we started it, and I see like it's Alan Tudyk. I can't believe I hadn't watched it before anyway. But I guess it was just like a mental block because it was something my dad loved. And I just wasn't really ready yet. And no, 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 don't be sorry. I'm glad I watched it because the next thing I know, we're on like season two, halfway through episode one, and it dawns on me right then. I was like, I finished it, and it felt like, I know as weird as it sounds, it felt like me watching it. My dad was watching it with me, so my dad got to see the finale finally. So no, Corey, it's a good memory. It was just it took me so long because it was like my dad never got to see it. But after I watched it, I was like, I'm glad I did because now, like I said, it feels like it's it feels like when I watch the show that my dad's watching it with me. So I mean, it's a good feeling. It really is. But the show is hilarious, folks. If y'all haven't watched it, Alan Tudyk is just he just gets me, man. He's one of those guys that everything he's in, I loved all the way from like A Knight's Tale, and of course, Firefly. He got done dirty in Serenity, though. I will say that he was done so dirty in Serenity. But yeah, Resident Alien's a fun show. It's there's
So
so many quotable lines in it.
did that one start off on cable and then go to Netflix?
I think it was Sci-Fi, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I
Sci-fi.
think maybe it was a Sci-Fi channel. You gotta be careful with Sci-Fi stuff because You find something good on Sci-Fi, the next thing you know, I mean, they had Happy on Sci-Fi,
That
and
was
if you've
so
never
good.
read, oh my god,
I didn't even know that was a comic either.
dude, Christopher Maloney, like he was so good in that show, and it sucked that one got canceled after like 2 seasons.
Right.
But Resident Alien, I think, is in its like third season, maybe fourth. So
Still
there's
going.
plenty to watch. Yeah, I think it's still going, and I think it was on. Yeah, I think it went to TNT as well.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's been a long time. Like I said, we cut any kind of regular TV out a long time ago.
Yep. Internet and streaming has been for us, which I don't know if that's been much of a difference in price, but
Well, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's probably what happened. They probably just ended it. Sound like Jor-El the beginning of Superman. Yeah, I know. The thing that makes me mad about streaming stuff is you can find if there's more than one movie, one or two movies. Hey Tracy, what's going on?
hey, Tracy.
Um, if there's more than one or two movies in the series, you'll have one and two over here on this streaming platform. But in order to get the other ones, you got to go to a completely different one.
Right.
Like that's the one thing that
Nobody
really
has,
gets me.
nobody has all the same license at the same time.
Yeah, it, it feels like nothing's safe. Nothing's safe because you had oh my god, what was the show? I'm blanking on it. All Hail King Julian was a Netflix original.
Hmm.
It got taken off of Netflix. It's nowhere to be found.
I feel like I've seen it. There's a couple other shows that aren't on Netflix anymore, even though they were exclusively on there to begin with.
Yeah,
I
it's
forget. And that's a shame because there's no way to find it anyways or stumble across it.
yeah. Salem Witches. I want to say Jenna started that. Corey. I think I might have seen an episode or two of it. There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff that we would start watching, but once we found out it was like canceled, it's kind of like, mm, should we invest the time? Should we invest the feelings and the energy into certain shows?
Right.
I know she's been watching that. What was it? There's Vampire Diaries, not Vampire Diaries. No, my goodness, not Vampire Diaries. Damn it! What's the Tom Cruise movie? The Interview with the Vampire. There you go. The Crucible. Wow, I haven't heard of that movie in a while. That's the one where I saw Goody blah 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 dance with the devil.
Hmm.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that movie. Okay, it went 2 seasons. Well, I'm gonna write that Salem Witches because I'm pretty sure that was something Jenna was watching. But she's watching Interview with the Vampire. Then there was some other show that was kind of in that same universe. Unless I'm thinking about the same thing Corey's talking about. No, no, no. Discovery of Witches. That's the one. The other one she was watching, A Discovery of Witches. Well, that show's pretty good too.
Yeah, I've seen ads for that one.
Yeah, it's a Stars show or something. Interview with the Vampire wasn't bad. Like the movie was good. Like it's a movie that somebody could throw on. I don't mind watching it. I do think that some things. Yeah, I saw everyone did. Yep. Yeah. There are some things that I think work better as TV than they do as movies, and I think that was one of them. Like seeing the expanded kind of the expanded universe stuff kind of make me enjoy it more. Like I'm excited for Lestat is getting a show. Yeah, we watched I think the first season of it. There might have been two seasons, and then they're going into Lestat, or maybe after this first season they're going to the vampire Lestat. I don't remember, but it's the same guy that played Lestat in Interview with the Vampire in the show. Still ended up stretching it out to an hour and 40 minutes. But
Not bad. Yeah, because now that you're talking about Strange Things, you got me wanting to go up and watch it.
should I'm telling you, man. For after here's what I'll tell folks: if we can get Ed to start watching it, maybe we'll also do like a series overview of Stranger Things. We can get Ed to watch it. I think maybe it won't be as much as he does with Reacher, but I think if Ed enjoys it, Ed's going to end up watching it a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna absolutely love it, or maybe not hate it, but like just not for him.
Yeah, and I mean it's kind of the same way Dan is with it. Dan Wickline. He said for him it just paints the 80s as like this super fun time and the 80s weren't really all that fun.
Hmm.
And I was like, well, I don't know. Other than being young in the 80s, I don't remember too much of it. So,
Right. Well, it can't be too much far off from the '90s, you know.
yeah,
'90s were
yeah. It's very strange. Again, it's just strange thinking we're closer to 2030 than we are the 90s. And that makes my back hurt just a little bit more every time I think of it.
can't keep bringing that stuff up.
I know
It's
it.
real.
Yeah,
It's got to be
I
in the
know.
now.
I was I was talking to my sister in law about it when she was saying my nephew was 9, and I was just like, y'all got to stop getting older, man. Because if y'all get older, I get older. The only difference is I don't look any older than what I did when I was like 15 or 16. I look almost exactly the same. Like I just stopped aging that way, but the body just kept going. Well, all right,
Be
folks.
confused for all the other kids. At least, you know?
Here, look, I was a little bit skinnier. If I shave and I actually have a haircut where you can't see all the gray in my hair, be hidden under the hat. I have been to some places in my 30s. Went with a friend to go pick up their kid from school once, and we walked down the hall, and some teacher stopped me asking for my hall pass. Yeah,
Well, I appreciate the compliment, ma'am, but
it's like when I go to buy Jenna cigarettes. Sometimes I still get carded.
yeah.
I go to buy any kind of alcohol, still get carded, and they really bust me because I'm not a person that pays too much attention to his license like I should. So when they look at my ID, they automatically assume it's fake. They'll scan it, but then they'll be like, "Okay, so what's your license number?" Oh no. I
Yeah, but who memorizes that, honestly?
apparently some folks do because when I was like, I don't know, they're like, yeah, I'm not selling you anything. This is fake. I was like, they tried to. One person tried to keep my license,
Right.
and I was like, no, scan it, scanned
Like,
it
you want
well.
me to call the cops right now,
Yeah,
and I'll take my chances with them asking if it's fake.
go
You
ahead.
know, 'cause you're not
You want to
keeping
call
it.
my mom? You
Right.
want to call my mom? You know, my mom will vouch for me. Does that count? Yeah. Like there's benefits to still looking young, but there's also so much crap that comes with it. I'm glad that I don't drink that much and I don't smoke anymore.
Right.
Uh, of course Lorena knows. Of course she does.
I know roughly mine, but I know there's a lot of numbers repeated, and I just don't know how many were repeated. You know.
I do too, Lorena. But the thing is, I have to actually use the numbers before they're committed to memory, and I've never had anything where I've had to
A
more
reason.
than two times had to use my the numbers on my ID or on my license. I still remember working in the deli codes that go to stuff there. Land O'Lakes Cheddarella 4258. Yeah.
Goofy how you remember those types of things.
Yeah.
You know, it
I'm
doesn't make sense.
it does not at all. You could something from last week I can't remember, but if you say, "Hey, like 10 years ago there was this show on TV," and you give me one of the actors, most of the time I'd be like, "Oh, it's that show." No, ask me what I did yesterday. Slept, made the thumbnail. I sat on the show with Kyle for a little bit. Was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday was Friday. Yeah. And then I ran the two shows. Outside of that, don't remember anything.
Don't remember the conversations I had. That's for sure.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure on this we're at the number's more than 54, but this is numbered at 54. We've done 54 of these shows. I'm pretty sure I've told stories the same exact way multiple times and don't remember talking about it at all. Like you literally one of these days somebody's gonna be like, dude, you have said that story like 12 times now. Like, all right, well, I don't remember talking about it, so it's new to me.
Somebody starts pulling clips and start lining them up, and then you find out that your timing and your cadence is even exactly the same.
I bet you there is. I bet you there's some stories I've told the exact same way. And I just
Man, can you imagine combing through all that though?
that's
That is hours.
yeah, especially the 6 and 7 hour shows that were being done on
A
here.
bunch of them.
Yeah.
It's a big chunk.
So yeah, folks, I think an hour and 45 is good way to wrap it up. Like I said, I didn't have like a ton planned for this show. It was just going to be Thanksgiving talk and some of the stuff we've read and watched. And is there anything in the future? There we go. Before we leave, is there anything in the future, movie wise, comic wise, that you're excited for?
Mm, trying to think. Uh, I'll probably check out that Something's Killing Children just because that's gotten, an okay for, uh, TV show and all that.
Hmm.
I forget what other one got greenlit recently too. We were talking about.
Take care, Corey. I'm
See, Corey.
8 billion genies apparently was supposed to be option
Yeah,
something.
I thought it was something else though. Maybe it was Robert Kirkman something. I don't know. Who knows?
More
Memories
than
ain't
likely
just
it's
the
going to be
same.
Kirkman. You just need to do his
But
whole
yeah,
everything in his universe. I still need to read the beginning of that, Corey. Like I hear how good it is. Jenna's read it. Sean's read it. I just haven't.
Right. Yeah, I did wind up getting the trades when it came to. I think I got a humble bundle of Rick Remender. Rick
Ooh,
Remender humble bundle, so got a bunch of his trades. So eventually I'm gonna get to it, but
Grimm.
mm,
Maybe. I heard something about Grimm though. I did, but I don't
yeah,
remember if it was live action or not. I remember enjoying that one. I only read like 5 issues of that, but
hmm.
I like that. I like that
Oh,
one.
Red Coat.
That's right. There you go. Damn, I
Yeah,
can't believe that. I can't believe I forgot about that because we uh we were talking about Redcoat on Minute to Skim It, and we were like fan casting it. And Kyle gets on there and says something, and then Kyle says immediately after the show was done, he was getting calls from people from Image asking him what he knew. And then the next day, they talked about the movie,
huh.
and Kyle said, "I don't know, man. CB Cebulski calls me a witch." He goes, "We were just having fun talking about it. Didn't have any idea, but yeah, Redcoat's getting a movie."
Yeah, because I don't remember where I seen that too. It was just one of those like a picture post. So I think it might have been on Instagram maybe, but it was from Image. So that's probably what it was. Is I probably seen the Image post.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Samsonite, way off.
Samsonite. Simmy, Swimmy, Swanson,
Swanson,
Samsonite.
Samson.
No, but that should be good. And if I'm gonna fan cast, I'd say either looks wise, Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy, Gentlemen, all those movies, he looks like that's who they're thinking about when they're drawing.
Yeah.
But when it comes to attitude and character, I think that guy that played Lucifer, I can't remember his name.
Tom Ellis,
Yes,
or
that's it.
Tom Ellis or Tom Ellison.
Right. But that's the kind of attitude, the care not whatever attitude, that's what I see kind of thing. Because Lucifer just kind of walks around willy nilly, like, oh, no big deal. And so that's just kind of how I read it when I read Red Coat.
It's crazy to me. I mean, it's not that crazy, but I'm like, of all the characters that are in that Ghost Machine stuff, the fact that they're going with that one kind of to me says a lot. Says a
Yeah,
lot that they're starting out with Redcoat, which I think Redcoat really is like all the stuff is good. It really is, but Redcoat to me seems to be like a favorite out of that
technically it
section.
would be the first chronologically, technically.
Oh yeah, because yeah, I forgot the timeline thing that they have in the book.
Right? Where that would be like the earliest thing involved with any of it, and then because there is scenes, you know, where they're kind of all together, not all of them, but a few of them, and they're talking to each other, and you're like, what? And that's like the first teaser you get to a crossover kind of thing. But so many issues ago, and I want to say that that was at the end of Junkyard Joe, even. So
Yeah,
yeah, a while ago.
yeah. Like I said, so on all of them, I'm so far behind. Like I never read the first series of Geiger either.
Yeah,
Like
it's so good, all of them. I
um,
haven't found a bad series that I haven't wanted to keep reading.
the one I
Definitely.
hear that's kind of the weakest is Hornsby and Halo, but I haven't checked that one out.
That one was actually the one that I was most excited for coming out,
Mhm.
and hasn't been bad, but definitely wasn't as excited for it as I was whenever they did the 80-page teaser, or the teaser in the 80-page Geiger.
Mm.
And first couple issues of that was pretty good, but I'm real far behind on that one, and that kind of tells you, you know. So I'm not absolutely current on all those, but not too far behind on most of them.
Yeah, I'm super far behind. I'm so far behind. And then I think the one that I haven't really read any of is Hyde Street. Now I have Hyde Street #1,
That
but
one's good.
doesn't
That's the
Hyde
best
Street
one.
have like 2 other spinoffs to it now?
Yes, there's the one shot, and that's Devour, and that basically is just following one singular character from that whole series. And then Sisterhood, which is another character, but that one's actually getting a series after it, and that's actually real good. It's got a real awesome twist on, I guess you could say, imaginary friend, but it's kind of like a ghost kind of. You'd have to read it, and if I say more, it kind of spoils it. But that one's good. Sisterhood.
Gotcha. Like, I think the thing I'm most excited for when it comes to this stuff is how exactly they're going to tie everything together.
They're kind of starting to, and that's the other thing too. Is Redcoat's really the only one that is hinted towards crossing over necessarily, like in their storyline. It's not just a teaser at the end of a different book, like it has been for Geiger and stuff. You know, him and Junkyard Joe have crossed paths for sure, but other than that, when it comes to the time travel part of that whole story, they haven't really delved too much into it other than teasers. But Redcoat has actually, because he started, don't want to spoil much, but the first Ghost part of the stories, what started all the wars that they're fighting and stuff, is supposed to be coming up in that series.
Yeah, like, look, I was so far behind on Redcoat, I made an idiot out of myself on Henri's show because Henri was explaining the thing in Redcoat, and I was like, that doesn't sound right. I'm like, no, this is how it happens. And then come to find out, no, Henri was right. I just hadn't read far enough into it.
Right? And further in the show, or further in the series.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. Like, mainly because it's a topic I want to discuss at length in another show when there's more of us here.
Mm-hmm.
Universes to rival DC and Marvel, because I love my Marvel stuff, I love my DC stuff, but it's time for. I was really hoping we were going to get it with Valiant, and nothing came of that. And we've had some Image movies before, but I'm ready for something outside of DC and Marvel. I know the DC universe right now is just getting started, but I don't know. I think that Image right now with the Ghost Machine stuff has the most potential to kind of rival or add to the comic book movie scene.
Well, and even if they didn't do universes, there's plenty of Image books over the past couple of years that have been awesome that turned into movies and stuff for sure. Because I think Image has got stronger stories than Marvel or DC's been putting out.
That's true. That's true. Um, so I think I might have a topic for next week. Then, y'all, I think I want to talk about other comics. Yeah, other comics that could be turned into movies or TV shows. I think that's what I want to do. Just some of our favorite stories we think would make a good movie, TV show, either animated or live action. Because while I really want to see Berserker, I'm not sure I want Berserker to be live action. I don't, it's nothing against Keanu Reeves, but I just think that that particular book would be better served as an animated series and not a live action thing.
I think a lot of shows or a lot of books would fall in that category.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I love Invincible.
God Country.
Yeah. Oh, God Country.
Like those totally make more sense animated just because the art style doesn't match real human builds and all that stuff. So
look at that.
You take from
Look at that. Ed and Sean aren't here, and for once came up with a topic a week before the next show. So I just need to put that in our chat so the two of them know. I mean, Sean won't be here, but He can throw in some input.
Yeah.
All right. So for the final time, folks, for the final time, no matter which channel you're watching on, because we're streaming to both channels, if you're not subbed up to Weird Opes yet, please do so. If you're not subbed up here, think about doing so. This is how we're probably going to do. We're going to do the lives, not probably. This is how we're going to do the lives from now on Saturdays. We're going to stream them to both channels, so you have two different places to watch. But make sure you're subbed up to one or the other or both of us. Uh, any parting words before I let you go? Nope.
Happy late Thanksgiving, and hopefully nobody gets snowed in or froze up or all that jazz. Stay safe out there.
Yeah. Pretty picture of the snow, by the way.
Yeah, it was. That was a nice one to look at. St. Louis, downtown. Even me stopping, I was like, "Oh, check that out." Save that.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna drop you off so I can do the ending here. Made it to almost 2 hours.
Hey, good enough.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll see you in a second.
All right, later. See you, everybody.
Oh, all right, folks. That's gonna be the show. I really didn't think I was gonna be doing 2 hours, but you know me, I start rambling and asking questions and stuff. So sometimes my rambling helps. As always, folks, if you like what you saw, don't forget like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Again, folks, I say this every show. I'll continue to say it. Whenever any of you ever want to be on here with us, just let me know. I have no issue at all. Anybody that wants to come on, you want to unbox something, you want to talk about something, there's a series you're excited for, you want to gripe about something, by all means, love to have you on. You folks are not just names on a screen. I want you to be a part of this. We want you to be a part of this. So, if you ever feel up to it, you don't even have to come on with your camera. If you want to do just audio, totally fine. You want to come on camera, even better. But that's going to do it all tonight, folks. I've said that like 8 times now. I really mean it. Thank you all for being here tonight. It's Saturday. You could be doing a million other things. You being here does mean a lot. Appreciate everybody who comes in every week. Hopefully you have a good time too. But I'm going to get out of here. I can talk to Note for a few more minutes and then go watch Stranger Things with Jenna so we don't get spoiled on anything. Hope you all have an awesome rest of your night, rest of your weekend. Stay safe. Hope to see you next time. Hope to see you on the experience during the week. Just say hi to me in the chat. I'm always trying to talk to everybody that I can. And until next week, folks, later.